Hello boys, welcome to accountancy class. I hope other teachers are explaining about various theoretical aspects of accountancy. But today I would like to explain its practical aspect. And I am starting from your journey. Journey. What is journey? It is the basis of accountancy. So be careful and study it properly. If you know journal entry, how to record journal entry of different business transactions in books of accounts, then it will be much easier for you all to understand accountancy and to solve various problems. What is journal? Journal is a chronological record. It is a chronological record of business transactions shown in their entity and analyzed into four aspects. It is a chronological record of business transactions shown in their entity and analyzed into four aspects. What are those? Debit and assets. For cash, both cash and non-cash transactions are recorded under it. That is why it is called all purpose. In its explanation, just now I have written here chronological record. What is meant by chronological record? Chronological record means day to day, day to day, a record of what? Business time. Shown in their entity and analyzed into its twofold debit and credit aspects. So debit and credit aspects. Just now we'll explain how you will access the debit and credit aspect. And under it, both cash and non-cash transactions are recorded under it, and that is why it is called all-purpose journal. This is the definition of journal. Now, how you will analyze all those business transactions into twofold debit and credit aspects? This is the most important aspect. Now, business transactions are of different nature. And unless an individual is not possessing requisite knowledge of classifying all those business transactions accordingly, till then it may not be possible for him to access it and analyze into his debit and credit asset. So, in order to do so, you need to know, classification of it. Classification of it. Accounts are classified into number one, personal account. Number two, real account. And number three, nominal account. The abbreviation of account is AOC. You may say account. So AOC, personal account, real account, and nominal account. Now, what is personal account? Personal account, as its name indicates, such accounts are related with person. Name of person, name of Ram, Syam, Jatu, Madhu, Ram and Company, Syam and Brothers, name of. So, what happens under personal account? Whenever any person or firm receives benefit from other person, firm or account, then the said account of person or firm gets debited. While if a person, firm, or an account imparts benefit others, then the said account of person, firm, or account gets debited. So, what is its golden rule? Debit the receiver of what? Benefit. And credit the giver. Giver of what? Again, benefit. Now, the application of debit is DR and credit is CR. What does it mean? When a person receives benefit, for instance, Ram paid to Syam. So here two persons are involved. One is Ram and other is Syam. Now what is happening? Ram paid to Syam. So ultimately, Syam is the receiver of benefit. Na? So when Syam is the receiver of benefit, so here, as per this golden rule, Syam's account will be debited. Now who is giving this benefit? Ram. Na? So Ram will be the giver of benefit, and accordingly, the account rate of Ram will be debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now, what is example? Personal account are classified into three. Number A, Number A, natural personal account. So natural person like Syam, Madhu, all these are natural names. So they will constitute your natural personal account. Golden rule applies the same. Whenever these persons will receive benefit, the account data of these persons will be debited. And when these will give benefit to others, account data of these persons will be credited. Second one is B, artificial personal. Artificial personal account. It is not natural. Artificial. For example, Ram and Sons, Paul and Company, entity, name of bank, State Bank of India. So these are artificial personal account. And for these artificial personal account also, golden rule remains same because these are also included in personal account. That means here also debit the receiver and credit the giver. This golden rule will be followed. But there is third classification of personal account, which is your representative personal representative personal account. This account is that account which represents either natural personal account or artificial personal account. Representative of natural or artificial personal account. For instance, salary. To whom salary is paid? Salary is paid to employees, not workers, employees. But wages, to whom wages is paid? Wages is paid to workers. And as for the word rent is concerned, rent is paid to landlord. So if you are paid salary, paid wages, paid rent, so these are expenses. We'll later on discuss about all these. But in case salary remains unpaid, wages remains unpaid, not paid yet, and similarly, if rent is not paid till date, then it will become outstanding salary, outstanding wages, outstanding rent, outstanding salary, outstanding wages, outstanding rent, etc. Now, to whom these outstanding salary, outstanding wages, and outstanding rent represents? Outstanding salary represents a particular employee or group of employees whose salary remains unpaid. So, it is representative personal account or not? Of course, yes, because it is representing a particular employee or group of employees whose salary remains unpaid. Similarly, outstanding wages is another personal account, representative personal account, because this outstanding wages represents a particular worker or group of workers whose wages remains unpaid. And similarly for outstanding rent, where rent, this outstanding rent represents landlord whose rent remains unpaid. So all these represents natural personal account, or it may represent artificial personal account, but are representative personal account and are clubbed in the list of personal account. So golden rule apply the same. Not only this, like for example, capital. You all are acquainted with the word capital. So capital. To whom capital represent? Capital represent owner. So capital is also representative personal account because it represents individual owner or group of individual. Okay. The second one is real account. The second one is real account. In short, account A of C. So real account is related with assets and assets. In the past, I has talked about assets classified into fixed assets, current assets, fictitious assets. Fixed assets, plant and machinery, building, land and building, furniture, motor car, motor van, including. But current assets includes debtors, debtors or you may say sundry debtors, sundry means some total of debtors, sundry debtors, from whom the firm is required to realize its due from future due. Sundry debtors, bills receivable. Similarly, you have unsold stock of goods or you may say clothing stock or stock of inventories. Similarly, prepaid all prepaid expenses will constitute your current assets. And fictitious assets includes your discount on share issue, preliminary expenses will constitute your fictitious assets. So the ultimate reason behind explaining all these is to know about real account. So real account mainly deals with assets. And at last you have liquid assets, cash at bank, cash in hand. So whenever these assets are brought into business, then accounted of all these assets are debited. What is this golden rule? Golden rule, debit, short debit. What comes in? That means if you have received cash, purchase furniture, purchase building, purchase motor car. So these assets, as you have purchased, they are bringing into your business now. So these are coming into business now. So at this time, with real account, and as per golden rule of, real account, accounted of all these assets will be debited. Debit what comes in, and credit what goes out. Credit CR what goes out. Now, credit what goes out? You have paid cash to others. You have sold furniture, sold building. So at this time, these assets are going out of your business now. So since these assets are going out of your business, at this time, you need to credit all these assets. Now considering personal and real income. Look, Ram paid cash to Shyam rupees 1000. What Ram did? Paid cash na? To whom paid? Shyam. How much amount? 1000. Now access personal and real income. If you are recording in the books of Ram, then what Ram is doing? He is the giver of benefit now. And what he has given? He has given cash now. So cash, it is going out from his position or coming in. Goes out now. And it is real account now. So what will happen? This will be credited. Debit what? Now see credit what? Who is receiver of benefit? Syam now. Syam is name of a person now. So it's personal account, and is the receiver of benefit. So accordingly, the account of Syam, it will be credited. So this real account, it is classified into two: tangible, a real account, and B, intangible. So tangible real account, which are touchable, you can see it through your naked eyes, you can wear its projects. So tangible real account or furniture, building, cash, ETC. But intangible, which you cannot see through your naked eye. So these are your goodwill, trademark, ETC. So golden rule will apply the same. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And the last explanation, classification of account is nominal account. So nominal account, third, nominal account, it deals with expenses, losses, income and gain. So what are the golden rule of nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses and credit all income and gains. That means all expenses, all expenses and losses will be debited, and all income and gains will be credited. Now, for example, expenses, salary, rent, wages, and losses, bad debts, ETC. Similarly, you have income and gains, incomes, commission received, discount received. All these will constitute your income. Thank you. We'll explain later on in next class how we will journalize transactions. Thank you.